Oh, you do, Deadeye.
Oh, of course I do. I mean, who
Deadeye.
doesn't? A proper outlaw woman. Ching ching.
Dean's kind of girl.
I'm sorry if any female viewers are watching this video.
Ching ching. Ching
Dean's
ching.
a tiger.
There you go.
Hello guys and welcome back to a new podcast. Today I am here with Rue. Say hello, Rue.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
And I am here with also Mr. Hazard himself.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And of course, my name is Dean, in case you guys don't know. And in this episode of the podcast, we're actually going to talk about the PlayStation magazine, which is featuring Red Dead Redemption 2, which will be happening next month on the 25th of September, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, I don't follow PlayStation too much. I suppose it's like a monthly magazine that they put out that's maybe like half an inch thick or whatever, and it's got all the cool kind of like, you know, almost like Forbes magazine kind of monthly edition style thing, and Red Dead's got the cover.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that
there we go.
that is right.
There we go. It's fantastic. What were we expecting? 2 or 3 pages worth of full in-depth discussion, bound to be screenshots, you'd imagine.
Very true.
They always have screen grabs, don't they? I remember Eurogamer for GTA 5 years ago. They had, you know, they had loads of screenshots. There were literally like 25 different screenshots that day. High definition as well, because of course these get given. It's like a promotional piece. You know, so Rockstar would give them a bunch of stuff and go, here you go, use this as you want, put it in, and away you go. And so very often there's interviews and there's like, we played Red Dead Redemption 2 for an hour and this is what we saw. Here is accompanying photos. And
Yeah.
we can all go whoop and whoop. So do we have a date? You said the 26th.
The 25th of September is when we're
25th.
getting the official magazine.
Nice.
And then Edge Magazines also has theirs set for release September 13th. So a week, 12 days in advance.
Well, we know they'll almost be the same thing. These things always are. They're
these
almost
magazines are
identical.
similar.
They're almost identical because it's kind of like Rockstar call them up. Well, just in general, like you know, they've got to get your thing out there, so they call them up. We need you to do a piece. You want to do a piece? And they're like, oh, of course. Well, this is what we'd like, because they always run it through vets, don't they? They never just go run wild. Say what you like. Say what you want. Like they're like, we need you to, you know, we'd like you to come and give us somewhat of a fair hearing, and this is the sort of thing we want you to focus on. Just like with the gameplay before we saw it with IGN and stuff, it was an hour's worth of demo, wasn't it? It was like, this is what we want you to know, and this is what you're going to see and stuff, and what you might want to talk about. We'll break your legs if you don't. No.
I'm pretty sure everything we saw in the gameplay trailer was everything we were told from IGN.
It probably was.
I'm pretty sure it was. Like all of the NPC interaction,
train
hunting.
robberies, hunting. Rockstar are very smart. Like they told IGN all this stuff. I suspect they saw it in long form. You know, they probably remade all the trailery moments so that we saw it in gameplay. But I wouldn't mind betting it's the same stuff. There's very little that's actually new. But the really cool thing is getting to see it with your own eyes. Very different to hearing someone say it's really cool that you can go down the road and like tip your hat to a man and say nice horse, and then seeing Arthur go, I like your horse or whatever. Like, that's different. It's so much better. You want to actually see that. We don't want to hear what some chump with an iPhone says.
Definitely. So it was good to kind of see it with your own eyes. What's something you guys are looking forward to going into trailer 2 now? Because we've seen all the base foundational stuff for the game, the awesome vistas, NPC interactions, and just what this game really is going to be like. But now we're going to be diving into certain features like the Deadeye and different missions and stuff. What are you guys hoping to get out of the second gameplay trailer?
I know it's not going to happen, but I'd like it if you could get just 5 minutes of Arthur around a campfire at night with the gang. Can you make like 5 minute uncut, just Arthur sat at a campfire and just hearing banter and beer and laughter and fire cracking and Arthur talking to someone about something that happened that day, or like, oh, I'm a bit worried, did to be clean up enough, they're going to recognize this? Do you think they're going to send someone? And then Arthur, don't be stupid, like, you know, you'll be fine. And then like Dutch is like coming through and saying, like, I wouldn't mind that, just 5 minutes of just one thing happening, because that would be amazing for me. I mean, we're not going to get that because of course they're doing it a different way, but that's sort of what I always want. It's just 5 minutes of just something really cool about the game. Maybe 5 minutes of Arthur walking through the woods.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
Just no guns, just him carrying his horse, or you know, not well
carrying his horse.
I know he's a big dude, but okay, you know what I mean, bringing it along, or he's on horseback, just walking as slow as you go. You know, just wandering through, that would be cool. But like, I think
the trees crackle, the birds chirp.
Yeah, like I found it really interesting. Not to toot me own horn, but I found it interesting how like that scene that I described, Arthur walking through, you know, leading his horse through the woods, and you see like all the different thing. You hear river. You got that exactly. In fact, it was more because you had like, you know, the birds like flew up in front of the camera and stuff. Like, yeah, it was really cool to see that sort of thing. But I don't know, like that's what I'd like, but we're not gonna get that.
What about you, Dean?
Yeah, pretty much something similar to Rue. I want to learn more about the other members at the camp and learn about their personalities as well, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of cool characters there to analyze and look at, especially Sadie Adler, one of the female members there at the camp. She looks like a badass. I really want to get to know her.
Yeah. Oh, you do, Deadeye.
Oh, of course I do. I mean, who doesn't? A proper outlaw woman. Ching ching.
Dean's kind of girl.
I'm sorry if any female viewers are watching this video.
Ching ching. Ching
Dean's
ching.
a tiger.
He goes ching ching.
Ching ching.
Ching.
Yeah, I mean, she was noticeably absent from the gameplay trailer, though. Like, she didn't. I mean, she was in, I think, 2 or 3 shots, but there was no close-up on her. There was nothing where she was like the center of attention, whereas in the past screenshots and the trailers, she's had a lot of screen time. I would say arguably as much as Arthur, but now then she was like pretty much absent from the gameplay trailer, so she's definitely got to make a return in number 2 for the gameplay trailers. And I just want to see, in terms of like a marketing thing from Rockstar, just like kind of how they show on Twitter and Instagram and on their newswire, like the quick little GIFs or like the quick clips of like new content in GTA Online, like 10-second, 5-second clips. I would like to see that for Red Dead Redemption 2. Kind of like Arthur sitting at the campfire, 10 seconds of that. 5 seconds of him walking through the woods. Like every week, just kind of like update with a new, just a quick visual. Because it's a tease, I don't think they would reveal too much. It could literally be what we've already seen, but if they show it in a different format, it's like it just gives us something else to talk about.
Absolutely. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is the game kind of set up for that kind of thing, isn't it? It's everything in the world is visualization, it's beautiful, there's something different all the time. And Rockstar could definitely do a good job on doing that, providing like a 10-second clip, as you said, for every different scenery, or even if it's a waterfall or the forest or whatever it is, something is there always.
Exactly, because you wouldn't know where, you know, it wouldn't be, I don't think it would be giving too much away at all.
No, it's just a visualization, sorry. I'm stumbling on my words. But I'm also looking interested in seeing the Deadeye system as well, because like you can see the brains and the heart as well with the Deadeye system. It looks so cool.
Yeah, speaking of that, because that's been the topic recently, it seems like, in my comments and on Legacy's videos, and even Red Bandit, because he originally made the video about that, you know, like quote-unquote X-ray feature. It's funny how like a lot of people are thinking different things about it. Like when I first saw that in the trailer, and I was talking about it on the live stream, I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. You could see the heat points of the person, so like their brain and their heart and things like that. And it's like critical hit points to shoot them at. And I think, you know, for people, obviously, like it's obvious. You shoot them in the head, they're gonna die. You shoot them in the heart, they're gonna die. But for animals, that'll be really helpful for hunting when you're using Deadeye. Take a deer out, take a bear out, all that stuff.
Did you notice when Arthur's lining that shot up with his bow on the deer, it isn't in the head. It's not a headshot he's aiming for. He's aiming behind the shoulder.
Yeah, because that's the kill shot for the deer.
Wherever it is, yeah, that's the place where you do it cleanly as well. I think it's not that, you know, you'll kill him if you hit him in the head or something, but like,
yeah, then you don't have a trophy, you know.
It's clean, yeah. Like it's something to do with you stop their heart or whatever. I don't know what it is. The reason, come on.
Yeah, and also I think it's the place. I mean, it doesn't impact any of the actual meat of the animal. I mean, you could take deer shank, but
I think I remember if you hit them in the head, it's they go into like a shock. Everything seizes up, so the meat goes extremely tough. Whereas if you get them in where the nice boy doesn't do that or whatever, I'm not a hunter. Okay, just
none of us are hunters here. But
he doesn't know. Well, it's just like but I feel like it's one of those where with Deadeye, it's someone might say, well, it's a bit unrealistic that in a game so realistic and sort of RPG like that you can see brains and all the rest, and you see the heat marks. It's like, but why? What we're getting when we go into Deadeye is effectively Arthur's thought process in where we're going to shoot him. So why wouldn't he? It's conceptual. It's like, okay, well, I know his heart's there, so that they put that on the screen as like, we know his heart's there. So but if you hit him in certain areas, you're going to deal damage, and Arthur knows that, so he probably sees it. It's just something that's kind of adding. Deadeye for me in Red Dead Redemption was always it's quite intense. At the time, it felt really cool, but if you look at the gameplay trailer, you do end up feeling like, oh, they definitely made an improvement there. Like,
oh yeah, it's its own thing now for sure. Yeah, it's totally new. I mean, it's overhauled is what it is really, but yeah, it's I'm excited for it. It's gonna be pretty major.
So when are we thinking? There was debate of like maybe one a month. How accurate that might be, I don't know.
I think it's still going to be like that. I'm going to stick to my guns and say that we're going to have 3 gameplay trailers in total. We're going to have our next one coming up in the beginning of September. Just kind of how the first one was released around the beginning of August 9th. And they're going to tease online at the end of this next gameplay trailer. So they're going to break down Deadeye like they promised. They're going to break down missions, including the heists and train robberies and different gangs and all that stuff. And then kind of how like they did that little look into the future at the end of the first gameplay trailer. We're going to see, 15-20 seconds worth of online clips. And they're going to be like, and we'll break that down, in trailer number 3. Yeah.
When we can be bothered.
Yeah, when we can be bothered. And then October rolls around, they'll release it. But I think that's going to be the biggest one, is the hype is going to, continue to rise each time these things come out. So I'm looking forward to it. Hype season for Red Dead.
Hype. Ooh.
Give me a hype.
We hope you guys are hyped too. I mean, let us know in the comments what you guys think about, the first trailer and things like that, because I know we've kind of all been making different videos since the first trailer came out, but now we're back at it again with these podcasts. Still trying to keep them more consistent. We'll have more in the future.
Yeah,
but let us know what you guys are looking into. We're looking forward to seeing in this next trailer, besides the new missions that they're going to be talking about in Deadeye. Because I'm sure you guys can think of some pretty unique stuff.
They always come up with something good. I mean, we're always running around doing stuff. I know it's a lot of people say to me every now and then, it would be nice if it was like, Friday at this time, and it's like we can't do that because we're running around doing so much. Hazard's in the US, me and Dean are in different time zones, like quite a far-reaching time zone as well, isn't it? It's like
6 hours.
So, and we're all. It's quite nice because at the moment we're all doing fairly well in one way or another. It's all sort of different. So when we get chance, we come together. But it's like, it's fun to be able to do them and just come on in and see how we're all getting on. So we'll do more. And
exactly.
It's nice. We'll have to maybe do a group Q&A one day on a stream somewhere, and that would be fun.
For sure. We definitely want to get you guys involved more too. I guess. Well, I mean, we can figure out a way. I could like post my Snapchat or something, but have people send in questions that we could play over the video, whether it's just, live or not, but just have it in the video so we can answer like fans' questions, quote unquote live, rather than just like picking something out of the comments as well.
Yeah, that could be interesting. You can feature them on screen.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people have been asking me for that, so I want to kind of get that ball rolling too eventually.
Yeah, it'd be tremendous.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I think that'll be it for this video, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'm sure these guys do as well. I'll have the Rue and Red Dead 2 videos linked down in the description as well. Rue and Red Dead 2 videos. Dean and Red Dead 2 and Rue. Jesus, I'm messing this up.
Well, you know what I mean. We all do Red Dead from time to time, and we, sometimes we want people to find us and Come and say hello.
Yeah, it's the
Mr.
God Squad. It's really what it is. Hashtag God Squad.
The slingers.
Hashtag sling.
When you say it like that, it sounds all sling.
Sling.
Anyway, that'll do from us. We've had too much coffee, my man.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you all have a fantastic day. And we'll catch you in the next podcast. Adios.
See you later, gentlemen.
See yous.